there were small challenges like, okay, I will not get the razor blade which I use for my shaving and all that. But look at the good thing, clean air, organic food, which we are growing in our backyards.
हेलो दोस्तों, आज हम हैं उत्तराखंड के एक बहुत खूबसूरत हिल स्टेशन कसार देवी में। और हम इधर से उधर घूम रहे हैं जस्ट कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग स्टार्टअप्स और एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की तलाश में। और यहाँ से गुजरते हुए हमने देखा एक बहुत खूबसूरत रिटेल स्टोर है ये ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट्स का, नेचुरल फूड्स का। तो हम खुद को रोक नहीं पाए और हम अंदर आ गए और यहाँ पे हमें आके मिले हैं राजेश जैन जी। और आई थिंक इनकी स्टोरी बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है, तो हमें ज़रूर कैप्चर करनी चाहिए और इनसे कुछ समझना चाहिए कि क्या चैलेंजेस इन्हें हैं पहाड़ों पे काम करने की और ये यहाँ पहुंचे कैसे। तो हेलो राजेश जी, कैसे हैं आप?
Nice.
तो थैंक यू सो मच कि आपने हमसे बात करने के लिए अग्री किया। प्लीज अपने बारे में कुछ बताइए कि आप यहीं के हैं या आप यहाँ कैसे पहुंचे?
नहीं, मैं यहाँ का नहीं हूँ। मैं आई एम बेसिकली फ्रॉम दिल्ली और spent my career in the fashion industry and worked for about 30 years in the corporate world. And in the last 5 to 7 years, I have been working in the sustainable fashion space,
Okay.
where a conscious living is being promoted, and the brands who have been working in this space are who I have been catering to. I go back 30 years and I started as a fashion designer and gradually worked with various brands, grew into leadership positions. So, uh, if you look back, I have worked with brands like Ritu Kumar, JJ Valaya, Satya Paul.
Okay.
I was buying head with lifestyle for some time, and gradually, then last job was I was CEO with Biba, which is a women's wear brand.
Indeed, yes, Biba.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so moved out of the corporate world with the intent of simplifying life, following minimalism, and living a more content kind of a life.
Well, my first response is that we were not expecting you here then, if that's your profile.
Yeah. So in fact, people who know me have been surprised at this move of me moving to a small place like Almora, and but that's been that's how it has happened. I mean, I got some exposure here when I used to visit, and I felt life is good here. Of course, there are challenges living in hills, but lots of opportunities I see. People say there are less opportunities. I feel there are lots of opportunities here.
वाओ, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट टेक। कुछ डिफरेंट बोल रहे हैं आप, क्योंकि काफी बार हमें लगता है कि पहाड़ों पे क्या एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हो सकती है और वही हम ढूंढने निकले हैं कि कुछ हो सकता है। तो आप कह रहे हैं हो सकता है। तो सबसे पहले आप बताइए कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं, मतलब आपकी क्या प्रोडक्ट्स
So
हैं?
we started this shop. We call it the Shilp the Conscious Store.
Okay.
Basically, the idea germinated when I used to visit here, and I used to find that as a tourist, when I come, there is nothing to buy.
Okay.
In terms of gifting products and all that. That was one idea. And my association in the handicraft and handloom industry, I've been associated with the ministry as advisor, and also travels across the world showed that we have so much of craft in our own country, and it is only a matter of our recognizing it. So that was there at the back of my mind. When I came here, I found that there is no store offering good gifting products for a tourist to take back. Lots of angles got imbibed, and I was also attached with Fair Trade Forum, where during a conversation, the executive director said that, you come from retail, and we find that all the artisan groups attached with us have a same challenge of not having space to sell. So the two things got combined, and I thought, why not let me start the retail? I come from retail, so it's easy for me to run a shop. And the idea got germinated there. So with the help of Fair Trade Forum, we got connected with a lot of NGOs and self-help groups. So the common areas of weakness which I found, which was an opportunity for me, was most of the artisan groups know the craft, but there is no contemporization of design, which means they require design intervention, which doesn't happen because they are not connected with the market. So market intervention is the second area. These two areas are what I am addressing here in this store. So it is not just a product, it is also a craft getting into a contemporary form. I, coming from design background, I align with the self-help groups and then help them design a better product, which we buy, and wherever they require help in terms of getting a firm established, getting GST number, or any administrative help also, or require advances, we do that. We support them in all ways possible so that they come up with a better product. And then we started this during the lockdown last year.
Okay.
We opened last August when the stores were all closed, but
You
we got
opened when the stores were closed.
yeah, everything was
Wow.
closed at that time.
Okay.
And we got a very good response. So apart from the handicraft items, which are primarily gifts and souvenirs, we added organic food, healthy food, and we added natural cosmetics. So it's a combination of wellness through food, nutrition, beauty and body care, and of course gifting.
So would it be fair to say that all these products are actually local, made by local
So
people?
no, so we have not limited ourselves to local products only. There are crafts which are of this area, and we are also helping these groups to create more products using the same craft that they do or the same skill that they have. Typically, if you look at herbs and spices, if you look at the millets that have been growing in this area, we are propagating them. We are helping them create their own brands and packaging and all that, so that it comes out as premium as the product is, and then we give them a platform to sell here.
Okay.
That's the model. So other than that, we also have a lot of groups who are making relevant products from. So we have one group of rescued women NGO based in Tamil Nadu, which is doing toys. We are sourcing from them. There is this Afghan refugees group out on the outskirts of Delhi. They are making products. We are buying from them. There is a self-help group in Champawat area which does knitting and crochet. So we source products from them, and then another group in Anand, Gujarat, the villagers are making products. We are sourcing from them. So wherever we feel that their product craft is good, but the product is not up to the mark, we help them do that, place order, and then source.
You add a value to the
Yeah.
entire ecosystem
We
by bringing.
so basically we are filling the gap rather than.
So how many such retail stores would be required in Uttarakhand? What do you think? Is there a space for
Shilp,
others
so
as
when I
well?
did the planning, my target is we opened this last year, the first store, and last July, last month, we opened two more stores parallelly, one in Mukteshwar and one in Ranikhet. My roadmap is to open 80 stores in the next 2 years.
80 stores.
80 stores only in Uttarakhand.
Wow, that truly deserves an accolade.
In fact, we've just signed up another location in Mukteshwar, second location, and we are negotiating a space in Corbett. So, I mean, there is no competition. There is nobody offering this kind of merchandise around. So, a lot of space to expand
And
into.
is COVID hampering or rather facilitating
No,
your journey?
last May when everything was shut, people made us open the store to shop during the lockdown. So,
Yeah, which also tells that maybe sometimes we have wrong misconceptions or myths in our mind.
yeah.
There's a lot more to be done.
And we are going online now. So, probably the idea is to retain the customer who comes here visiting so that
But
person
buy
can buy
again.
again. Yeah.
Okay. What are the challenges that you face working up in the hills?
No, I don't. I have not faced any challenge. It's been a smooth ride. One, the ROI is easier.
Okay.
Rentals are not like how it is in Delhi. So it's more practical to break even, easier to break even. Manpower is not a problem. And the people are honest here, hardworking here. So hiring anybody and running the store is also easier.
Which means पहाड़ों पे बहुत कुछ किया जा सकता
बहुत
है.
किया जा सकता है अभी तो I am exploring possibilities of there's so many groups doing so many things. I mean, in terms of so the basic challenge which I saw around here is that their reach to the market is tough.
Okay.
If we can create that platform, it's a gap to be filled. So if you look at, I recently visited a village which is called the Millet Village, and all kinds of millets are growing there. But the problem with those groups are they don't know where to sell.
Exactly.
And I find so many leads coming into me. I'm selling herbs. People are saying, can you give me a bulk? You know, there are brand owners, there are manufacturers who are asking for
Bulk
bulk.
of these packets.
Yeah.
Is it?
So they are
Wow.
asking for large quantities.
Okay.
So it's only a matter of aligning those groups with the market. We can play that role.
So
very well.
packaging is indeed important when it
Of
comes
course.
to end
When it comes to retailing, yes. But if I'm doing a supply in large bulk to another brand owner, then it's not required. But then, of course, the margins also come down a little bit.
Mhm. Do you have an idea, of very vague number is okay with us, of how many locals are you directly or indirectly helping through doing all these activities? And if you create those 80 stores, what would be the impact?
So, just for an example, this group in Champawat, which is doing knitting, there's 70 women sitting together
Okay.
and working. So, I mean, that's the scale. There's no end. How many you can help?
So,
One in one village nearby. In fact, I'm not living in town. I'm living in a small village around here,
okay.
just 3 kilometers ahead, and actually enjoying the village life.
Okay.
And my observation is, so I've formed a small group there, and they're doing pickles. 10 women engaged. We are working on hemp and nettle, where actually gathering plants and processing it to create not only seasonings but also infusions and seasonings, but also processing it to make yarn and fabric. So, I mean, there is no end to it. I mean, so many opportunities. People feel that they are limited here. Many of them have left agriculture. Many of them who went out to the plains to work have come back during the lockdown and they are looking for work. So there are plenty of opportunities here in terms of, one is we are creating a retail space where it can be sold, but then there are opportunities at the manufacturing side also. People have left their vocations which can be rebrought.
And if I heard you right, and if I just for myself highlight what you are saying, you seem to be saying that all the challenges are in our mind, are perceptual, but वैसे करने को
Absolutely.
बहुत कुछ है पहाड़ों में.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, and with all these ideas, a lot more can be achieved.
Yeah. Definitely.
So if there are some people back in Delhi who are constrained कि यार कैसे जाएं, पहला कदम क्या उठाएं, और
सबसे बड़ा
क्या
मेंटल
बोलेंगे?
ब्लॉक वही है कि उठ के
आ जाओ.
आ जाओ, वही नहीं होता है. 3 दिन 4 दिन अच्छा लगता है. When I landed up here, I decided that I want to live here. There were small challenges like, okay, maybe I will not get the razor blade which I use for my shaving and all that, but Amazon has changed that. So digital accessibility to anything is available. I recently bought a Fab India dining table. It got delivered here, shopped online.
Okay.
So it's not that there is it's only also about tuning up yourself to live at a place. But look at the good thing, clean air, organic food, which we are growing in our backyards. And there's no dearth of anything. I mean,
once again, taking that question back कि जो young entrepreneurs हैं जो यहाँ पे आना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए और क्या ideas हो सकते हैं hills पे, और क्या interesting चीजें कर सकते हैं वो यहाँ पे?
I feel that if somebody is coming and exploring new possibilities here, the first thing that should come into the mind is, what can I do for the people living here?
Okay.
What can I give? If that's the feeling that comes to you, then you figure out, you start understanding what are the challenges that the people here are facing, whether it is agriculture or any manufacturing which is happening. And of course, consumption can happen anywhere in the world today. The reaching out to the market is not a challenge. So when you come in without a thought, the first thing that should come to your mind is, what problem is being faced by others that I can solve?
Exactly.
Automatically a business plan gets formed around it. You provide a solution and it gives you an earning. And I think that's how an entrepreneur can easily find his place in any environment. I mean, not only here.
Yeah.
I have been visiting villages at micro level. I've been interacting with people. I have been trying to understand what are the challenges they are facing. And it is giving me so many business ideas. You can do this, take one vertical and grow it. I mean, there is so much scope. But the first thing is, can I unblock my mind from the thought that all opportunities lie in big cities like metros like Delhi and Mumbai? It's not so. I think there are plenty of unexplored areas here. So I was visiting Dehradun recently. Somebody said, why don't you plan a store in Dehradun? It is a point from where people go to Lando, they go to other places around in various hill stations. So that's a point where you should touch them. I said, ROI in a city like Dehradun is so difficult, whereas I can go and open a store in Landor
Itself.
or Lansdowne. It's easier.
Exactly.
When a consume, and of course it all depends on how what state of mind consumer is, and I'll get lost in Dehradun. So I think smaller places give you an equal opportunity. It is a misconception which I've seen so many migrant people coming back empty-handed, which shows that is a person who's gone from here, from a village into Delhi, spent 5 years, has he made any assets for himself? Apart from that thought that, there are plenty of opportunities, if one gets lost, another one will appear, is not only making you unstable, it is also giving you a false kind of a scenario where there are so many opportunities. Of course, there are opportunities. I'm not denying that Delhi doesn't have opportunities, but I'm saying if you have that same mindset here, you will find opportunity here also.
Exactly, and which we don't hear all the time because the majorities would think कि भाई दिल्ली में खोलो, देहरादून में खोलो.
Yeah.
Well, whatever Mr. Jain has said is actually music to my ears. I am so glad कि हम हिम्मत करके इनके स्टोर के अंदर आ गए. And at least some of you would agree कि opportunities are everywhere. He as well as the other startup in our series have clearly proved कि पहाड़ों में बहुत सारी opportunities हैं. All you need is come up here, understand the ecosystem, find the challenges और आगे बढ़िए. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Jain, for finding time for
It's a
us.
pleasure, and it's a pleasure to entertain you here. Thank you for visiting us.
Indeed.